Morning, everybody, and once again, welcome back in today's class. Today, we are on the day number 22 of our batch of CSA admin. Today, I'm going to start a topic which is not very near to my heart, practically which I love, but not much. And I have not a deep knowledge in this concept. Okay, so it's you need to put efforts to be learn this particular part. And we're going to be start with the called scripting. Okay, we're going to start with the scripting. Let me tell you that how this topic will be work in this class. I'm not a developer, so don't expect that I can teach you a lot about scripts. Okay, we will go very basics examples and the foundation discussions. Okay, I'm very open on this particular part, nothing to be shame for me. Okay, we'll go very basics example and with the basics concepts of scripting. I can tell you, I can guide you that how you can learn more scripting, from where you can learn the scripting more, but you have to put the efforts. I know that I told you that this topic will start on the Monday, but I think over the weekend you can get some little bit more understanding and you can learn this thing. Okay. So in ServiceNow ecosystem, we have scripting at two sides, client side and server side. Number one, some people say scripting is a customization. If you write any code, it is considered as a customization. I'm telling you, it's not a standard, but it's like can be a misconception, can be a myth, can be a thumb rule, can be standard as well. Okay, that if you write a code, either a single line or 100 lines doesn't matter, it is called as a customization, which we need to be avoid. But it's a business, it's an industry, something we can't achieve with the out of the box functionality, then we have to be write the code. Okay, but before that, it is important for you to be understand as a developer. If you got some requirement, you have to be see that can I do this work without script as well? Is there any alternative solution available? If you find this particular answer, then you are a good developer. Okay, few are can few people are there who are die-hard fan of coding. If you give them something, they will do. So it's like something like this, that you are die-hard fan of cooking. If you want to eat something, you will make it at home. Doesn't matter the how costly it is, it will be to you if you prepare at home instead of buying from the market. Okay, so ServiceNow says that I have two type of scripts, client side and server side. There's a different types in the client side as well, like UI policy, client script, and UI action as well. The book which I'm going to be refer, it considers UI action as well a client side script, but it is not actually. There's a way to call this UI action on the client side, so they are considering these client sides as well. On the server side, we have business rule. Okay, we have UI actions. We have flow or workflow scripting, email scripting, schedule jobs kind of things, and others are there. Okay, what we are going to be cover mainly? We are going to be cover mainly these two and these two. To code anything in ServiceNow, the basic language which is required is called the JavaScript. Okay, so if you know the JavaScript, it's good. If you don't know the JavaScript, I will strongly recommend to learn JavaScript. When we interviewed anybody in the company, specifically for the development role, we see two things. Is that person has a coding mind? Means, is that person, it is my experience, I'm telling you, is that person can write a code, can write a logic. And if yes, then I can hire him. Language I can teach. C, C++, Java, Oracle, I can teach. Syntax, semantics are there, that's all. But if you can build a logic, it means you can understand the problem. Okay, so to write the code in ServiceNow, we need to be use the classes. And these are called there are two type of classes, client and server side classes, and there are different type of classes as well. But before that, a term called the glide has been used in this ecosystem. Glide record. Okay. If you want to work, because so we know that in ServiceNow everything gets stored in a table. Incident table, change table, request table, problem table, asset task, catalog table, item table. Everything is the table only. User, group, department, business unit, location, country, everything is the table. To get the records from a table, we use the glide record. Okay, we use the glide record. There's syntax to use it, and that we're going to be discussed now. Okay, so I follow this book in my class, Mastering ServiceNow Scripting. Okay, and we'll pick up the things from this book only for the reference. As I said that I'm not 100% in the development part, not 100%, even I'm not 5 or 10% as well. That is not my core job. My core job is consulting, process consulting specifically. Okay. So what it's saying that we are going to be use the JavaScript's API. API means something which help you to go in the database and get the results for you. Okay. So these are the given by ServiceNow only. These are ServiceNow defined APIs which will use it. Okay. Number one is the glide record. Don't worry, we're not going to do 207 pages. No, few pages we will do. It says how you can call a table in ServiceNow to work upon. I want to get a results. I want to fetch a result. So now if you do this thing, now if I say I go in the instance, okay, here, and I search for the incidents, okay, and I click on the open incident. What it doing? On this particular open word, a code has been written in the background. It will go in the incident table put a filter condition that all the incidents where active is true, fetch and show me. If you want to see the code, there is no code available. You can see, you can just see the conditions. किस पर रन कर रहे हैं इंसिडेंट पर और क्या लिंक टाइप है एक्टिव इज ट्रू. But how this four character words understand that I have to go to the incident table and fetch the results. Something in the background, this thing is working. Glide. Do you know what is the old name of service now? Anybody know?
Glide Fast Consulting, I guess.
Glide. What is Glide?
Glide Fast Consulting.
Not Glide Fast. No, wrong. Glide Fast is another company. ढूंढना. ठीक है. So how we can call this particular thing? To call this record, we use the word or we use the class called the glide record. Or how we call it? Variable name, new glide record as a class and your table name. But the question comes, Atul, where to write this code? Interface तो होगा ना कुछ, right? There must be some interface. So to write this code, if I can show you here, let me take you on the scripting part. Let's say client script. Okay. I'm just giving you interface as of now. Click on the new. And let me put a table called incident. And this is my script editor. Yeah. In this area, we write our code. Variable lng is equal to, what the syntax is? New glide record. This one. इसमें फर्क है. इसमें और इसमें there's a difference. दोनों में फर्क है. Sorry. And your table name. And you have to just know that what is the class name. Service now provided everything together. So like if you say देखो अपने आप it's coming. ठीक है ना? And then you can put this one. So it is different with the small letter and the capital letters. So I can use this command to call my incident record, incident table, because in a table it can be thousands of records. How I can call them for my operations. Now, if I go a little bit more further, this topic I started approximately my 5th or 6th batch after a good feedback from different people for the students. Earlier, I never teach these things. Scripting, I never teach. So I spend time and then I created a separate series as well as the scripting. So if you want to go for the scripting series, you will get on my channel. All the topics has been covered. So now if you click on this, true and priority is 2. and click on the run. What is happening in the background? From the glide record, I called this table and I put a condition where incident priority is equal to 2. Can I do this work via script as well? Yes, I can do that work from the scripting as well. One thing just to show you a benefit here. If you go here, preferences, go to theme, and if you click on the dark theme, this is what is the benefit here. A different color will become here. As soon as you use the different classes, different color will become here. If you want to expand it, take a full screen like this. Okay. So simple way to use this particular part. So now we're coming on this particular part that, okay, I called the incident table and now I want to run a query to bring all the records. So something this, I click on this one, incident, and click on the open. How it get all these records? It's get records with this query. Glide record dot query. This is my variable name. Dot query is my another function. How it's work? My variable name dot, here they go. Nothing to do. Sorry, not function. It's a methods. You just know that which method need to be used. Kuch bhi nahi hai, nothing must to be do. Also, there's a difference between these two. LNG and LNG, इन दोनों में difference है. This is different variable, this is different variable. ठीक है? So make sure you use the right variable. ठीक? So to get a query, we use this thing. And कब तक records दिखाना है? जब तक this thing. See, I can't teach you the JavaScript, the syntax and semantics. No, I can't teach. But I can teach, I can share that what is the way, what methods, what classes are there to use in the scripting. It is on you to practice it, not on me. Believe me, it's not my cup of tea. I worked 6 months as a developer. I worked as 6 months as a developer in my initial days. I'm a 2-level, or I guess now it's a 2-level Java certified or 3-level Java certified. But I never get a chance to work in the Java as a core. Otherwise, I might be a developer. Okay. So if you want to query it, you need to be called this way. So the intention is that the thing which you're able to do in front face like this, the same thing you can do via scripting as well. Okay. Now, what next? I need to be get a comparison. I told you that I want to see the records where priority is 2 and priority is 1, 2, 3, or 4. Because sometimes we have to be called the code, we have to write the code as well in business tools, in server-side scripting. So how to do this particular part now? It says variable.add query. So query is 1. So lng dot, now what it says, add query. क्या query करके लेके आना है? Add query, and what are the parameters? Field name, operator. On which field you want to do this query? I want to do this query on the priority. And operator, equal to, greater than, less than, plus, minus, what you want. So something is like this. Operator, and I can say just I want to get all the records of where priority is 1. Why I put 1? Why I did not put high? Because remember that when we started the discussion, I told you, if you open this, these priority states are having a string type. See, sorry. देखो क्या है? Sorry, not string type, integer type. Right? So इनकी integer value क्या है पीछे? This 3, 1, 2, state 2 like this. So I'm using this here. क्योंकि हो सकता है कि if I need to be right, I put high something different spelling, high is put in progress, in hyphen progress I can put, that is wrong. But this integer value is never wrong and easy to write. So we will put these things. Integer value here. This. And then run the query. कब तक? While loop. Next, 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 next. Okay. If you want to do these things, there's another concept called the fixed script. Fixed script is a place. Fixed script or background scripts. Wait. What it's? I guess it's a fixed scripts only. Might be. Yeah.
It might be, it will be tips underscore brand. I think.
Sorry.
I mean, for background scripts in service, so it will be like scripts background.
Scripts background. Right. Right. I'm looking. I'm looking some interface.
Okay.
Script. Yep. This one. Yes. अब देखो. Now you can understand this part. Atul, why you are showing this thing to us? I want to see all the data of incident table where priority is 1 or 2. So I can use a scripts background. So I have to be put it here. Var lng is equal to new glide record and my table name. Incident. See the beauty of dark theme. Everything in a different color. Easy to identify it. And now lng dot add query. And I can get whatever. Why it's not showing this thing? It's something wrong. It's giving me error. Incident expected this, but where? New. Why it's give me error. To view problem, click this. Unexpected token. New. We are missing something, yeah? Might be some syntax are wrong. New glide. Achha, new con and small. देखो. Now it's fine. New and small. So now I can put lng dot add query. If anything goes wrong in the previous line, it will work. No, it will not work. So add query, you can put it here, and then you can put your syntax. This one. Let's say priority. See the smartness. It is giving you the field name as well of incident. Priority 1. Semicolon. Yes. And then let's run this one. Let's see what happened. Script completed, and you can see the execution point here. Will it get results for me? Might be yes, might be no, because this is a incomplete script. Because we are just getting the query. We're not getting the results to be displayed. हमने results तो लेके नहीं यहाँ पे display नहीं किया कि करना क्या है. So we have to be write this code now. This full code. Let me copy this as it is. And we'll change this thing. lng.query while glide record means lng.next and this thing. And now try to be run. It's run, but it error. Script compilation compilation error. Script error description E180 interpreted mode true. Illegal use of while loop. हमने while loop open तो किया, लेकिन while loop में करना क्या है वो नहीं बताया हमने. So this is the incomplete one. We have to be right at what to do. Display करना है, show करना है, what to do in this case now. You run the query, that's fine. There is no issue in the query, but here it's stuck in the while loop. You are saying what to do. So we have to write a code further in the while loop as well to display it, to show it, to compare it. What need to be do? So here you can put your code. I want to print it. I want to be show message or something like this. I remember I started learning these languages in my MCA time period in 2005. Might be you know or not know that I did not did my BCA or BSc kind of things. I'm a BCom student, and after BCom I did MCA. So it was a huge transitioning time for me, moving from lines, accounts, debit, credit, debenture, shares, plus, minus, loan, and all things to the coding part. Okay, that is my this thing is little bad. Scripting is very bad. Okay, so this is the way that you can do the comparison and you can call it. You can put the operators like this. Greater than equal to 2. I want priority, and then you can put this condition. This thing. Let me copy it like this, or we can do this. Greater than 2, 1. I need all the incident where priority is greater than to 1. It means 2, 3, 4, and 5. I want to be no. So we can use the operators as well here. And then you have to put your code in the while loop. Now it's saying what it's saying. Ki if the urgency is 1, get a records where urgency is 1 and replace that urgency with the 2. And we use update query to update my records. Let's do this particular part. So I'm saying where, or I'll do this thing. Equal. Priority is equal to 1. Do one thing. LNG dot. क्या है इसका? Urgency is my field name is equal to 2 and update LNG dot update and semicolon. You want to see these records first? Let's see. I personally don't like the dark mode in these forms. Okay. So what we're saying, priority 1. Is critical. Okay. Let's bring the urgency field as well. And bring it here. Okay. अब क्या है? I want for these 38 records, urgency should be set as a 2. Okay. Let's do this thing. Again error. Illegal use of while loop in the sandbox scope. अच्छा नहीं करते sandbox में. यहाँ कुछ फर्क पड़ा देखिए. नहीं. Let's do it again. Glide record is not defined. Where it is giving the error now? Glide record is not defined. LNG dot incident, LNG dot next is not defined. Line number 12758. अरे यहाँ तक तो हमारा कोड भी नहीं है. What is giving me error now? Everything is fine. Yes, looks good. Otherwise, it should show error. Glide record. Let me see. Now it's running. Let's see, is it changing something here? Nothing is getting changed. It's running. Something goes wrong here. It should not take much time. See. It should not take much time. इतने तो records भी नहीं जितने इसको update करने हैं. So it means something wrong in our code here, which did not work properly for us. See, but just to tell you, which हुआ क्या? Let's see. See, yes, it gets something gets changed. It was working in the background. The script was working in the background and changing it, but why it's removing it, I have no idea. 38 से 9 कैसे रहेगा? Is it get deleted or what? Might be something wrong with our script. 38 says only 9 now, and it did not change anything like this. So something wrong, but I'm telling you that this is the way that you can do. Okay. This is the one type of way to call the glide records. You can use the delete record methods as well, delete multiples as well. But be careful. If you do anything in the background script, it will delete immediately. So always it's the best practice that take a backup first and then delete. Otherwise it can be problematic for everybody. Okay. Now this is the client side part. Now the same thing we have to do for the server side. What is the client side? Something which you can do on the front end, जो आप यहाँ पर कर पा रहे हैं. you can do on the browser perspective. That is called the client side. Something which you have to do in the database level. Then we use the server side scripting. So for the client side, there's a different classes. For the server side, there's a different classes. And these classes are important because these classes are going to be used when you're going to be use the client script or the UI policy, business rule, or the what I can say UI actions. Okay. So first, what we have to do in the server side. If I want to get a user ID, sys ID, then I use the class called glide system. I want to get the sys ID of this record, one record. Because from the guide record, I'm getting the complete table. But now I want to get the sys ID. So variable user GS we use for the glide system. So what I do? So like this. Variable lng g is equal to gs dot get user ID. Easy method. What it do? Will be prefix the GS. If you want to get the sys IDs of a user record, then you can use this thing. I want, because we never say, okay, get me the results, which is be or incident which is created by Josna. No. In the system, in the background, we in the front end, we just mentioned the Josna, but so how it's work basically. I want to say that incident created by is this one. So what system do? System will not take this value as an English value. No. System go in the background, get the user ID. Sorry, sys ID. Because might be Josna change her name from Josna to Josna underscore Jen. Or might be Josna, or might be put JJ underscore Jen. Name can be changed, but sys ID will always be the same once a record get created. Until unless you delete that record and create a new record with the same name. So in the background system, go and run this thing. Sorry. Yeah. We'll get the sys ID of this particular record. This is the server side, because for this you have to be, the system need to be go in the server database and to get the result. And how to call is GS. If you want to become a developer in ServiceNow ecosystem, you need to be learn these things. रट्टा नहीं मारना है, याद करना है, समझना है that what, which, where these things get used. Okay, then you can get the everything from the user information. Get full name, get email, get location, get this, with this thing. So now gs.get user ID. Now I can say gs.get user ID is equal to क्या लाइए मुझे, sorry, not is equal to dot sys ID आने के बाद क्या चाहिए? I need get full name. क्या है? Full का है. Dot. Why it's not showing with this thing? Full name like this. Sys ID आने के बाद I can get the full name as well of that user. I can get the location as well. I can get any information about the user if I get the sys ID once. That is the sys ID play a very key role in service now. If you are a good developer, you always use a sys ID. You never use the values. Josna, Krupa, Darshil. No, we never use that. We get the sys ID of that user record or the record, and then we do the work. See? So this is the first class in this. Then if you want to evaluate that, is this user has any role? So has role is also one of the method. GS dot has role. When you log in into the ServiceNow instance, what I said in the very beginning of these classes, that the visibility of these things depend on the user role. But how system will know that a user has this role or not? As soon as you click on the log in and you come on the screen, the background scripts run, which go and check this part. Is the logged in user has a role called admin? Then show everything. If a user has a role SNC underscore internal, show limited things. ये यहाँ से शुरू होता है. आपको लगता है लॉगिन वगैरह अब तो सर we are not able to see these things. Why? Because the scripts run in the background. Try to find out the scripts today. कि कहाँ लिखा है, where this code has been written. Okay, so has role also important to these things. Then if you want to add any messages, error messages or info messages, so it is easy and we will use this very commonly. Okay, GS. अभी हम glide system में ही है. We are not getting out. We're still in the same class. GS dot add info message. Hello. GS dot add error message. दोनों में difference है. Info will come in the blue color background. Error will come in the red color. If it's info, you can still proceed further. If it is an error, you can't proceed further. Trick. So these are the different methods you can use with the GS glide system. Trick. Now, if I want to work on the date and time, I want to see all the records created on tomorrow or this month. It means this month need to be converted in the date format. And what is the class we are using here? We use glide date and time. This is the class. This is I'm again telling you, these are the basics which is required for us to be learned. So how it's work? For LNG is equal to new glide date time. If you want to just work on the date, it's a date. If you want to work on the date and time together, you can use this thing. And then you can do your operations. एक बार आ गया date and time आपके पास variable में, if you get in this variable, then you can do your operations. Get the show me the date and time. Sometime when we do this ITR submission, taxation submission, and you click on the submit button, a pop-up message came. Thank you so much for submitting this one. You have submitted this record with this record number on this particular time. How it fetch the time? It use this thing. Get display value. Get the local dates. Different because might be time zone difference. So I want that all the records which I want to be see is -1, local disk -1. So different methods are available in this particular system as well. Then if you want to work on the element level, अभी तक क्या था कि I want the records. Now I want to work on a specific record. I want to work on a specific record. And to work on that, we have to use the current. Current means I want to work on a specific record. Like if I open this record, incident 000050 is my current record. If I do something here and click on save or resolve, it should take my current record. I'm not updating 100 records in a one go. I'm updating one record at a one point. So system says which record you want to update. So first system will get the CSID for this one, and then it will use the current method. Current dot. Current dot we use. और क्या करना है current पे? State dot change to 7. That for my current record, state field need to get to the 7. और 7 क्या है मेरा? Is my integer ये वाला. ये देखो ये 7. क्लोज कर दो उसको. आप तो सिंपली करते हो ना कि यहां गए और क्लिक किया बस और अपडेट कर दिया. How does update work? This update work by this method only. It go find out the sysid and then current dot state dot change to this and current dot update. उस रिकॉर्ड को अपडेट कर दे. We will use this current when we do the integration topic. क्योंकि सर्वर साइड पर करंट इज प्लेइंग अ वाइटल रोल. It is important. Backbone है ये. So we have to do the current dot this and then you can put your closer. Thank you so much. You can put the info message your record has been updated or not. That is the one thing. But this thing come in the glide element class. Then aggregates. If you want to do some functions, count some kind of things, you can use this thing class glide aggregate. So how it's work? For lng is equal to new glide aggregate. कुछ तो गड़बड़ है. देखा ना टेबल नेम मिसिंग है इसमें. अदरवाइज शुड नॉट बी रेड कलर. अभी क्या फर्क है प्रॉब्लम है. ग्लाइड
New small.
yes sorry new small right new small sorry. हाँ ठीक है. Now I want to run a function on the aggregate function on the incident table. I want to see the count sum. I can use this thing. So I can put like this. ln. This is what the benefit of having the dark theme in this scripting. Easily identifiable हो जाता है. Dot क्या है मेरा ये? Add aggregate. Add aggregate क्या है? हाँ sorry. lng dot add aggregate and then you can put count sum query kind of things. Sorry, count sum distinction average. You can put it for your these things. Number of incidents counter. I want a total 2. Let's try to run this codes. Copy and let's remove everything. ठीक है. And then run. Glide aggregate is not defined. अरे क्यों भाई सब तो डिफाइन किया हुआ है. रन स्क्रिप्ट जावास्क्रिप्ट एग्जीक्यूट द सर्वर साइड, हाँ सर्वर साइड पे करना है हमें और तो कुछ करना ही नहीं है. Why it's showing this problem यार? Let me remove the sandbox and see. No idea what's wrong here. Even the copy paste code भी नहीं चल रहा हमारा. ठीक है. But by this way you can get the count as well. So you can use max, min, average kind of things easily. You can use in this ecosystem. Now client side classes. So जो हमने सबसे पहले किया था glide record, that is a common one. Now we have to use the client side. Client side means I want to do some operation on the form level. यहाँ पर the first is glide form, and we use g underscore form like this. G underscore form dot get value of the state. I want to display something. So what we'll do? I'll back here and I'll see for lng is equal to g underscore. क्यों नहीं आया यहाँ पर? I'm putting g underscore form. Why it did not show? जबकि हमने ऐसे किया भी देखो. For lng is equal to new. ये तो आ गया. But why it did not come g underscore form here? If there is a havan going on, instead of putting the ghee, if you put the water, what happen? It will spoil everything. G underscore form is a client side class, and you are doing work on the server side class. तो कैसे वो show करेगा उसको? Instead of this, if you come here, because ये client side है ना, for lng is equal to g underscore यहाँ आएगा, because you are calling a client side class in the client side place. In this, you're calling a client side class in the server side. Not possible to call. ठीक. So now g underscore form dot क्या चाहिए आपको? As a message show करना है. You want to show, you have to clear some messages, you have to clear some options, clear value, set value. Set value किसका? Description. क्या करना है? Hello LNG. I want कि as soon as this form get loaded, ये फॉर्म जैसी लोड हो, यहां पर ये वैल्यू रिप्लेस हो जाए और LNG से सेट हो जाए. सो वी यूज गेट मेथड, सेट मेथड, गेट वैल्यू, सेट वैल्यू. दिस इज व्हाट इट्स शोइंग हियर. वैल्यू लेके आओ स्टेट की और उसको सेट कर दो 6 पे. इट इज अ फॉर्म लेवल. करंट रिकॉर्ड ये मेरा है, ध्यान रखना. आई एम डूइंग ऑन द करंट रिकॉर्ड ओनली. Okay. So set mandatory. I want to make this field mandatory on the form level. This field I want to, I can do this part mandatory, read only, and visibility. I can set it via UI policy as well, and I can set it via client script as well. It depends at what you want to do. So these are the very common methods: set value, get mandatory, add info message. We will see these use cases when we go a little bit more on the client side scripting, UI policies or the client scripts, actual client scripts. Then we will use these classes, these methods. To show you the example, set display value kind of things, read only, unique values. Something you can do on the form level, something you can do on the user level as well. gs.get user ID was on the server side. G underscore user is on the client side. मुझे यहाँ पर form पे display करना. I want to show a display, a message. Hello Atul Grover, thank you so much for connecting with us on the pop-up message. Then I have to get this caller value. Or how I can get the caller value from this one is G underscore user is the method we're using it. So G underscore user dot. Last name चाहिए, उसके roles चाहिए, has role चाहिए, full name चाहिए, client data चाहिए, what you want. You can get these methods. You can use it. Get user ID. आ जाएगा. User ID means I'm talking about this thing. ये. Sys ID नहीं यहाँ पर. Because you are on the already on the form level. Sys ID क्या करोगे यहाँ पर लाके उसका? You want to display the user ID? You can get the user ID easily. ठीक. So now these things. Get full name and then you can show the alert message. In the server side, we have a add info message. Here we can use the alert message. Alert. And then I can get user ID and put my message like this. The logged in user is variable name. Because I getting the full name in the variable called name. And now I'm using this variable in the display the results or the message. So these are the few classes, few more additional classes given by ServiceNow for scripting. So now this is your full record. You can read it. I'm on the incident record, but I'm working on the problem record as well. I want to create an, so now just think example. I click here, create normal change. What I'm doing, I am going from incident record to the change record as well. So I have to be use these tables. So I'm using the glide incident first, then I'm using the glide problem. Because glide record is common. Either you are in the client side or scripting side because you have to call the tables. So this is common. Then you have to put your logics. That's what you want to do. And then update. Clear everybody till this point. This is what I know, so I'm telling it, guys. Okay. Yep. So few examples are given for the different cases which we see. So if GS has a role admin, then show this message. If ITL, then show this message. ठीक है जी. And this is the summary. Doubt, question, clarification. No doubt, no question. Very good.
It's a bit confusing for me.
नहीं, confusing नहीं है. It is bit new for you. Confusing, when it will be confusing, when you read everything and you forget. It's a new because it is first time you're reading it. Now when you start making your notes, server side, client side, this class, and then you start reading it, then you'll understand, oh, अच्छा, ये तो client side पे है, server side पे है. And the best part is that it is easy to remember these things. You just know the name and you can get it everything here. आपको कुछ करने की you need not to be worried for anything. So like counter dot. I'm taking this as a variable. See, सारे methods available. You just know the class name. That what class I have to be called. And that thing you will learn with the practice. Okay. Actually, let me stop recording and take a quick attendance now.